Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. Today, we're diving into Starz Entertainment Corp, and let me tell you, it looks like they're making some pretty big moves behind the scenes for their top guy. This report basically tells us Starz is restructuring and setting up its top executive for the long haul as a standalone company. It is all about the future, and they're making sure their CEO is financially set to lead them there. So, the big news here is a new employment agreement for Jeffrey Hirsch, who is the president and CEO of Starz Entertainment Corp. This isn't just a minor update, this agreement completely replaces his old one from way back in 2019, and it is happening because Starz is separating from Lionsgate Studios Corp. So it can operate as its own independent, publicly traded company. Think of it like a company getting its own wings and making sure its captain has a solid flight plan and a good parachute. This new deal for Mr. Hirsch runs from May 7, 2025, which they're calling the effective date, all the way through the 31st of December, 2028. Unless, of course, something happens to end it sooner, or they decide to extend it during this time he is staying on as president and CEO. Now, let's talk about what that means for his wallet. He's getting a base salary of a cool $1,550,000. That is a really solid foundation, but that is not all. He is also eligible for an annual bonus. The target for this bonus is a massive 300% of his base salary. Now that is not guaranteed. It all depends on how well the company performs and whether it hits certain goals that the Compensation and Talent Committee of the Board of Directors sets. For the current fiscal year, which started the 1st of April 2025, his bonus situation is a bit mixed, considering the transition from his old agreement up to the effective date, and then under the new one after that. Beyond the salary and bonus, Mr. Hirsch is looking at some serious long-term incentives. For each fiscal year during his contract, he'll get opportunities for awards. First, there is restricted stock units, which are basically shares of stock that he'll get over time. These are valued at $2.5 million each year. Then, there are two performance-based incentive awards. One is tied to achieving certain financial targets related to something called EBITDA, which stands for Adjusted Operating Income Before Depreciation and Amortization. If he hits these goals, this award could be worth $3,250,000. The other performance award is linked to the company's stock price hitting certain targets, also with a potential value of $3,250,000 if earned. And as if that wasn't enough, there is an Outperformance Incentive Award, also based on stock price targets, that could potentially pay out a whopping $6 million. That is really aiming for the stars. Most of these restricted stock units will vest over 3 years, meaning he'll receive portions of them each year. The other long-term incentives, if he earns them, will vest over 2 years after they're earned. This structure is designed to reward him for both consistent performance and significant growth in the company's value. Now, let's look at what happens if things don't go as planned. If Mr. Hirsch's employment is ended without cause, or if he leaves for a good reason, he is entitled to some significant severance. This includes cash severance that is 0.75 times the sum of his base salary and his target bonus. He'll also get a prorated bonus for the year he leaves, based on actual company performance. On top of that, there is accelerated vesting of his stock awards. Specifically, all outstanding RSs and prior equity awards scheduled to vest within the next 12 months will be immediately his, plus 50% of awards due to vest between 12 and 24 months out and any long-term incentives that have been earned but not yet vested. He'll also get continued payment of his employee premiums for health insurance for 18 months. Things get even more generous if his termination happens within 12 months after a change in control of the company. In that scenario, his cash severance jumps to 1.25 times his base salary plus target bonus, and the accelerated vesting becomes even more comprehensive, meaning he'd get all outstanding RSUs and prior equity awards, plus any earned but unvested long-term incentives. There is also a provision if the company decides not to renew his contract before the 31st of December 2028. In that case, he'd get 12 months of base salary in severance, a prorated bonus based on performance, and accelerated vesting of certain stock awards. Most of these benefits are contingent on him signing a release of claims. The agreement also includes standard restrictive covenants, like keeping company information confidential, and not soliciting Starz employees for 12 months after he leaves. It is all designed to protect the company's interests while ensuring a smooth transition if needed. The detailed terms of this agreement are laid out in an exhibit attached to this filing, which we've incorporated by reference. And of course, as with all SEC filings, there are exhibits. The main one we've discussed is Exhibit 10.1, the employment agreement between Starz Entertainment Corp. And Jeffrey Hirsch. This report is signed by someone named Audrey Lee, who holds the title of EVP and General Counsel, indicating this agreement has been properly authorized and filed. This is dated the 17th of November 2025, a few days after the agreement itself was finalized. So, what does all this mean for Starz Entertainment Corp. And its investors on the surface? This is a strong signal that the company is very serious about its future as an independent entity. They are clearly committed to their CEO, Jeffrey Hirsch, and are incentivizing him heavily to lead the company through this crucial separation and beyond. The substantial bonus targets and long-term incentive packages are designed to align his interests directly with the company's success, particularly as it navigates its new standalone status. The severance package, while generous, is also standard practice for executives of this level, especially in situations involving potential changes in control or termination without cause. It provides a safety net for the executive and signals stability to the market, suggesting the company is planning for various contingencies. The key risks and opportunities here revolve around the success of Starz as a standalone company. Can it effectively compete in the streaming wars without being part of a larger entity? The incentives for Mr. Hirsch are directly tied to performance and stock price, so his success is intrinsically linked to the company's ability to grow revenue, manage costs, and increase shareholder value. The success of the performance-based awards, particularly the ones tied to AOIBDA and stock price targets, will be crucial indicators of the company's trajectory. The focus on long-term incentives, especially those linked to stock appreciation, suggests management's belief in future growth. The outperformance incentive is particularly interesting as it implies a desire to significantly exceed expectations, not just meet them. In conclusion, this filing shows Starz Entertainment Corp. Is making a significant investment in its leadership to ensure a successful transition and future growth as an independent company. The generous compensation package for Jeffrey Hirsch underscores his importance to this strategy. The success of these incentives will be a key factor to watch in the coming years, as will the company's ability to carve out its own successful path in the competitive media landscape. Alright, that is our breakdown of Starz Entertainment Corp. Its latest filing, what is your take on these executive compensation details and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out. And of course, subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. And don't forget to check out the Discord community linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching. See you next time.